matter what they say. Be yourself, no 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 matter what they say.
That's Englishman in New York by none other than Sting.
All right, now we had some technical difficulties there, and I
We
think,
did.
unfortunately, some of you missed half the song.
Oh,
So,
boo.
the best way to hear the rest of the song is...
Whoa, I'm a CD. I'm a little CD.
Okay, just give me
And
1
I'm
second, Suba. I'm just
hoping
gonna do a
you
little-
will buy me.
While I'm getting things
Whoa.
reset up,
Okay,
Suba.
I'm done my silliness.
I
Yes.
did love that, I have to say.
I'm glad you did. You're my biggest fan.
Shauna was asking about our sculpture in the back. You want to tell her how
Ooh,
we got that? Where we got
Yes, so we were having a little vacation with Dylan's mom and her husband Joe, and this was out in Arizona. And we went. I'm going to forget the name of the small place that we went to, but it was kind of a fair, a festival, and there were these beautiful, beautiful sculptures, and we kind of fell in love with this one. And in fact, there was a flower in the middle of it that was really gorgeous. There's a place where you can keep flowers in there. Of course, it didn't make it back to Toronto, but the sculpture did, thankfully, and we really love it. Between our beautiful friend Nathalie Vachon, who made the painting, which is also the CD cover, front and back, and inside as well. Between that and this particular sculpture, it feels very colorful and very lovely, and it's always a great reminder. I'm not sure if many of you are like this, but oftentimes these particular, rather than being knickknacks that just, kind of show up and stay in your home, sometimes we'll seek out certain objects that really remind us of the place we were and the time that we had and the beautiful memories that surround it. And so this sculpture is certainly one of those things, and so is the painting, in fact.
All right, and for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I see the Facebook people are back online, and I'm glad to see you back. And I think YouTube folks, if anybody's having problems, they seem to have been solved. We magically somehow lost our internet. That is, I have to say, when we first started doing this, we had the occasional tech problem, but we've never actually had the internet just go away. So it's now fixed, so we're going to leave it as it is.
Oh, okay.
It's already been fixed, yeah.
Oh no, I'm just saying our Ethernet cable and all, but we're still on our Wi-Fi.
Yes, I changed it back because we were having some trouble. So now we've got
Interesting.
that up. Yeah.
Well, it seems like cyber world doesn't want to get rid of us so quickly.
That's right.
Okay,
So we're ready to move on.
Beautiful. I see that my sister is here. Hi, Bhavani. Nice to see you. It's been a while. And actually, I'm going to get Dylan to set up this next song that we created for our duo.
That's right. All right. Well, so as we were saying, we've been trying to use this strange time to find the positives through this. And one of the positives for us as artists, and many of the other artists out there will probably agree, it's really, really hard to find time for new creativity or to find new repertoire. Suba and I spend probably 100 odd days of the year on the road, and it's really hard to get new music happening, but now we have been able to do that. So one sad thing that did happen fairly early in the quarantine was we lost the wonderful Bill Withers, legendary Bill Withers, and so we decided in honor of him that we would put together this particular song as a duet, and it sort of marked the first time we did a live stream putting this together, or a live video and putting it up on YouTube, and it just seemed as appropriate as possible, especially for us. We've been very, very fortunate that although we're quarantined with our band.
Yay.
So can't complain about that.
That's true.
We had a friend, I believe it was Alistair in the UK, who said this song was something that that was out there when my wife and I were recording back in the day. So we'd love to give this one to you, but also to anybody else who's a big fan of R&B and soul music.
Absolutely.
This one, of course, is Just the Two of Us. A 1, 2, 3.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make these rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building our castles up on high. Just the two of us. You and I.
We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for what we know.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building our castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it becomes the morning dew.
And darling, when the morning comes and I see the morning sun, I wanna be the one with you.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Building our castles up on high. Just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us. We can make it just the two of us. Let's get together, baby. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We can make it just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us, indeed. We're making it. We're trying.
All right, Suba, can you just double check and make sure that the YouTube stream is up and running again? I believe it is, but I just want to make double sure since we've been having all this tech fun stuff happening. And I'm going to see what our next song is.
Okay.
We use this next song to demonstrate how the live looping stuff works. Now, those of you who've been watching this show week in and week out have got a pretty good idea of what we're doing. For those of you who are completely unfamiliar, we're using all this technology, which is off the screen, to be able to record ourselves live in real time to layer up these relatively complex arrangements. It's all being done live. There's no backing tracks or anything like that. But if you're interested in knowing a little bit more of the details about this, we're using a program called Ableton Live. Ableton Live is a wonderful form of software that allows you to sort of unlimitedly layer up all the parts that you can. The only limitation is really right there, trying to remember all the complexities that we put in. Learning a live looping arrangement is quite complex. It takes some time to put it together, and then it takes a long time to get it right. And as anybody who's done live looping knows, it's extremely unforgiving. Unlike a band, if you miss a bar, if you forget a verse, the band's supportive and they'll help you. The computer will not. The computer says, I only know what I'm supposed to do, and if you get anything wrong, it's on you. So we've also used this time to work up probably more live looping charts than we've been able to do in a couple of years. It's really been fantastic for getting all that stuff up. Last week, we gave sort of a synopsis of all the new material that we taught ourselves over the past 20 weeks. And now we're just going to give you a nice simple demonstration of this little piece. If we have any folks in Brazil watching, we've had a couple of Brazilian
That's right.
folks. I think we've had some people in other places in South America. So any South Americans, make sure you shout out so we know that you're out there watching. And we'll see if Rafael shows up. He put up this amazing video of a good friend of ours who's got a band called Sambaranda from Brazil.
So
And
good.
oh,
So
awesome
juicy.
band.
Honestly, it's like, you know, hearkening back to the days of Gene Perling and Singers Unlimited and just juicy, beautiful, or you know, Take Six, Impact, all that kind of gorgeous stuff.
So we're going to give you this nice little Brazilian number. And as we do with many of our things, our live looping things, we're going to start by putting down a drum track. Now that we've got a percussion layer, we're going to put down 4-part harmony for the guitar and bass parts, like this. Now this song has an A section, which we just did, but it also has a B section. So now we're going to put down 4-part harmony for the B section of the song like this. Now we've got all the parts that we need to make the song happen. If you recognize the words, we want you to sing along. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, are-oh, oba, oba, oba. Oh, are-oh, oba, oba, oba. Mais que nada, sai de mim de frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Esta é samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de freio, samba de freio. Mais que nada, o samba como este é legal. Você vai querer que eu chegue no final. Oh, are-oh, oba, oba, oba. Oh, are-oh, oba, oba, oba.
Oba, oba, oba. Oh, oh, oba, re, ah, re, oh. Oba, oba, oba. 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 Oba, oba, oba.
All right.
All right, I'm just watching the comments over here in Facebook world.
Yes.
As usual, we've got a really nice Aurelia representation.
I
My
love it.
hometown.
Well
I noticed
done.
we've got a little. We've got the Pirates of Penzance reunion in the making happening between Chris Thomas, who's a person I knew in high school, and Kevin Fox, who is a former member of the Swingles.
Yes.
We actually the first time I worked with Kevin Fox was
Yes.
when he was 14 or 15, in grade 9, and he was in this. This musical version of the Pirates of Penzance that we did.
Amazing.
And I think, Fox, were you Samuel? Was that your character? I was the Major General.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And
very
at that
nice.
time, I was a skinny little 95-pound weakling, literally. And they had to make a brand new, Malabar Costumes had to make a costume for me because they'd never had such a short and small Major General
Oh,
character
no.
before. But that's how it goes back in those days.
A little Napoleon-esque.
I also noticed that Danny Fong from Accent is watching. Hi, Danny. Great to see you.
Fantastic. Hi, Danny.
Accent is one of many awesome groups that we've got doing workshops at Sing, the Toronto Vocal Arts Festival, which is going to be happening. You'll see it in the upper right-hand corner. Also, some members of the Swingles, Kevin Fox's former group, will also be involved in that. So we'll tell you a little bit more about the Sing Festival as we go through our show.
Sure.
And what do we have? Oh, we're going to Norway.
We're going to Norway.
From Brazil to Norway.
Yes, as we do, as we are known to do. We're going to give you a little bit of a jazzed up swinging Grieg tune, Edvard Grieg, and this comes from the Peer Gynt suite. We're not doing the ballet. We don't have an orchestra. We just have two voices for you this time, not even live looping.
We can make it just the two
Right?
of us.
Let's get together, bang, bang. All right, so here's a little bit of Anitra's dance, excerpted version.
Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, yeah. Dum doo doo dum doo doo dum doo doo dum doo doo bottom doo doo dum doo doo dum doo doo dum doo doo ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo 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 ba doo doo ba doo dum doo ba doo 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 ba doo doo ba doo 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 ba doo bum ba da bum bum ba da bum 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 ba doo 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 dum doo doo ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo doo ba doo 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 dum doo ba doo doo ba doo ba doo doo ba doo bum ba da bum 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 doo ba 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 doo dum dee ba doo ba dee ba doo ba dee dum dum ba doo 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 dee do ba dee do ba dee dum ba doo 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 dum doo 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 ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo 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 ba doo 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 ba doo ba doo ba doo ba doo 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 ba doo
I like that one. That's a lot of fun. We haven't done that in several weeks. If you've been following us, you know we haven't done that in several weeks.
Yeah,
Fun.
when was the last time we did that?
Oh, God only knows.
It's been
I'm not sure.
been some time. And speaking of which, as we mentioned, this is our 20th episode. Some of you have been watching religiously just about every week, but if anybody has missed any episodes, you can always catch what we call the FreePlay replay. Every single episode is archived at our site at youtube.com/freeplayduo. Where's my little button there? There it is.
All right.
Somebody was asking about the 3 cameras. We actually have this set up. We're doing this all with iPhones and iPads. We found the technology that will allow us to plug our iPhones in, use them as cameras. And then on the floor here, I have a foot switch, which allows me to go, that's the Suba cam, that's the Us cam, and this is the Dylan cam. And that is the tell people about all the stuff camera.
That's right.
It's quite high tech, and there were theories going around, running bets going on. Somebody thought we had a cat that was down
right.
there.
Master cat.
Master cat pressing all the buttons.
Master control cat. Yeah, that's right.
All right, and now we're going to go from Norway to Motown with some Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow. Okay. Again, this is one we haven't done in quite some time. Really fun, really funky, soulful, a slower Michael Jackson tune, this one, and not as well known as some of the hits or classics, but it's absolutely beautiful.
Bit of a deep cut.
A deep cut, indeed. That's a good way to put it. All right.
Here it comes.
Butterflies. Go,
to say is I must be dreaming, can't be real. You're not here with me, still I can feel you near it to me, baby.
I caress you, let you taste us, just so blissful. Listen, I would give you anything, baby, just to make my dreams come true. Baby, you give me butterflies.
I just want love, touch, and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Oh, you give me butterflies inside. I just want love, touch, and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. If you would take my hand, baby, I would show you, guide you to the light, babe. If you would be my love, baby, I would love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you.
Squeeze you tight, oh baby.
I just wanna hold you.
I want you, baby. You know that I love you. You know that I've got to have you back, baby. Oh, show me, oh, baby, you know you give me butterflies.
I just wanna love and touch and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Oh, you give me butterflies inside.
Yeah.
I feel like as the years go on, or as the performance of that one go
Our
on,
paraphrasing gets further back
It
and
just
further
gets
back and
slippy and slippy and slippy.
we like.
Oh, I love doing that.
We like that. That's really fun. Yeah, that's like a slow motion roller coaster for us. For those musicians out there, you know what it's like to back phrase, and that's a really fun one to do that on because it's so groove heavy as well. So that kind of reference point is really beautiful. So that was Butterflies by Michael Jackson, and we're going to continue now to a little Canadian content with some Neil Young.
All right. Do we want to tell the story behind this one, or do you want to launch straight into it?
I'll tell the story. Why not?
Those of you who have been watching this, you know what the story is behind this one. But as part of the Sing Festival up there in the upper left-hand corner, Suba and I were tasked with doing some Canadian content. And actually, Kevin Fox, who was watching, is part of the reason why we made this. When you
That's
think
right.
about it,
He was in our living room listening to us do our two-part version of this song.
That's right. So we worked up a two-part version, and Fox was sort of listening off in the corner and doing his own thing. And every once in a while, he'd go, maybe we should try this kind of thing. And we go, yeah, actually, that's pretty cool. And we did this lovely two-part version. But then what happened was we went into the recording studio to record our album, which Suba very gracefully demonstrated for us a couple of tracks earlier.
Yes.
We made this very lush orchestrated version of the song, and once we had created that, it was really hard to go back to the simple two-part one. So we did everything we could to sort of put this one into a relatively complex live looping piece. Around this time, we were invited to go down to New York City by two of our vocal heroes, Janice Siegel from Manhattan Transfer and Lauren Kinnan from the New York Voices. They heard us and said, we'd love for you to come down and guest on this this thing that we've got that we do regularly. And we said, oh my goodness, a New York premiere. Do we dare try the hardest piece in our repertoire and debut it there?
Yikes.
Most people would say, no, that's stupid. But we
Not us. We're
or
going to say,
that
"We're
sure would
stupid."
be brave. Bravery, stupidity, you know.
Fine line, friend.
Tomato,
Fine
potato.
line.
And so we decided to debut this one. We practiced it for days on end. We got it down. We did it in New York. It went well. Janice and Lauren said, that's great. Do you want to come back and do a feature performance next time you come back? And we said, absolutely. We went back about 6 months later, got to do that. And it was just really, really exciting. So we fall in love with this piece again every time we perform it.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think this
lovely.
was off of Harvest. Those of you who are Neil Young aficionados will know. Beautiful early 70s Neil York. Neil York.
Yeah. Nice. I like
Neil
it.
Young. Neil York. Unique Neil Young.
Unique.
It's turning into one of those days.
Oh,
isn't it?
dear. It's turning into one of those shows, folks.
Now from the ridiculous to possibly the sublime.
Yes.
This is Old Man.
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Ding ding do ding do ding do ding do ding do ding do do ding ding do ding 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 do ding do ding ding do ding do ding ding do ding do ding ding. Old man, look at my life. 24 and so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Love lost, count the cost. Give me things that won't get lost. Like a coin that won't get tossed. Rolling home to you. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, one look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I'm a lot like you. I'm a lot like you. Lullabies look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been the first and last. Look at how the time goes past. But I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Old man.
take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, I look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Old man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, I look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Old man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I'm a lot like you. Old Man by Neil Young. I do love that one.
Kevin Fox wrote, Google says Neil Young is married to Daryl Hannah. Good on you, Neil Young. I had
Seriously.
the biggest crush on Daryl Hannah.
Who didn't?
That's right.
I did too.
I love Splash.
Yes. I was going to say the mermaid, but that's actually it's not
Madison!
It's not called Mermaid. It's called Splash.
With Tom Hanks.
Wow. Oh, wow.
A young Tom Hanks.
How's that for an oldie but a goodie? That's awesome. I like that fun fact, and I'm going to look that up later. Thanks, Foxy.
All right.
We're going to move on to some South Indian-infused music next.
All right. Yes, we're going to give you a little bit of Paul Simon, but we're going to insert something inside that called a koraipu. A koraipu is a rhythmic composition based in the South Indian tradition. It's kind of a call and response, kind of a battle of wits. Suba is going to start by saying some phrases in Sorkatu, which is an Indian rhythmic percussion type of language. And I'm going to respond by making drum sounds with my face. Suba obviously has had a few years of training on this more than me, being the daughter of the great Mridangam maestro, Dr. Trichy Shankaran, who we had the honor of recording
Yesterday.
in this space yesterday.
Yes, we had a little distanced recording here at our in our home studio, which was pretty awesome. Amazing solo, amazing interview, amazing accompaniment, and an amazing time. So, so hi, Mom and Dad, and thank you for yesterday. This is a little me and Julio down by the schoolyard, and this requires some audience participation. So
We are listening, by the way.
We are. We can hear you. Don't doubt it. All right. So it goes a little something like this. Repeat after me, please, and thank you. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
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 Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Yes, that's it. We'll do it a tad faster than that, methinks.
All right.
Yeah, here we go. This is a fun one. Again, haven't done this one in a while. Always a good time.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Mama Pajama rolled out of bed and she went to the police station. When the papa found out, he began to shout and he started the investigation. It's against the law, was against the law. What the mama saw was against the law. Ooh. Ooh, the mama looked down and she spit on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. And the papa said, oi, if I get that boy, I'm gonna stick him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Taking my time cause I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, the queen of Corona. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. 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 Ta-ding-gana, 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 ta. Ta-ta, ti-ti, tum-tum, nam-nam, ta, ding-gana, tum, ta-ding-gana, tum, ta-ding-gana, 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 ta-ta. Titi tum tum num num taka 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 ta tadinginatum 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 tadinginatu 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 in a couple of days they come and take me away, so the prize of the story leaked. Then the radical priest come and get me released, and we was all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Taking my time cause I don't know where. Goodbye to Rosie, the queen of Corona. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. 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 All right, thank you all for singing along. Maybe you were dancing too. We like that. That final composition there is one that actually belongs to my father as well. So thank you for that, Corvai, that beautiful composition at the end. Makes for a great mashup, if you ask me. I like how that feels between those two songs. Paul Simon and South India.
That's right.
Who would have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? And we're going to throw a little bit of South Indian sounds into, and some Northy kind of sounds too.
True.
Into this next particular piece. This started when we were invited by a choral impresario from Toronto named Bob Misson. Wonderful guy. He puts on these annual birthday concerts. And in this one, actually, was this one a birthday concert? It may have been, but he wanted to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the release of the Beatles album Revolver, which is an unbelievable album. And he had this brilliant idea of bringing in some of his favorite artists of very varying backgrounds, and each assigning them, or asking them to assign themselves, one particular track from the record and do it their way. And so we decided to take what I believe might be the opening track, depending on if you're listening to the UK or the USA version of the record.
Oh, right, right.
And we decided to do it as one of our live looping pieces. This is another one where we started with a particular live looping way of doing it. And this is back in the days when we were using things where we had to press buttons. So when you're pressing buttons, you're only limited, well, you're limited by your brains, but you're also limited by the number of fingers that you have. So we generally wouldn't go much farther than maybe 4 loops. This one actually had 6.
Yep.
And so I had 4 buttons, and then I had to type 2 buttons on my laptop to make it work. So I had to press letter T whenever we said the particular title of the song, and the little letter W every time we sang Working for No One.
Oh,
do you remember
the
this?
good old days, yes.
Yeah. So now it's automated. So that's got a mixed blessing, because the automation means we can get a lot more complicated with it. It also means that we just got a lot more complicated with it. So it's a lot more stuff for us to figure out.
Right.
And we've got a version on our record which has an even more layers of complexity with it.
Oh, and a lot of psychedelia as well.
Yeah, we threw in some Suba singing some Indian flute parts up the octave and backwards.
Yes.
We've got these sort of funk horn lines that we wrote that sort of sound like a 70s crime caper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think we actually stole it from the theme song of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I
but
think we did.
Oops. Don't tell.
And then we threw in a couple of Indian-style rhythmic additions.
Oh,
All
yeah,
these
that's right.
really fun things.
Taka-dum,
And then we
taka-dum.
played it all backwards at the end, which sounded just completely far out. We
Yeah.
even invented, this is really, really nerdy.
Okay.
But I have to tell
Wait
this.
for
we
it.
invented, if anybody, musicians
yeah.
out there know what a mellotron is, a mellotron was a 60s version of what a digital sampler is now. But it was done with tapes. And what they did was they would record the sounds of a particular instrument and play them on these tapes. And what we decided to do was do the digital version of that with our voices. So we recorded ourselves singing just for 8 seconds. And then we did the next semitone up, and the next semitone up, and the next semitone up. And we made a sample of instrument of this so we could have our voices, but they sort of sound like us, but not us. And we used this to create this sort of bizarre warbled choral effect similar to a 60s mellotron to give it a real sort of psychedelic sound.
That was so much fun to do. Wow.
That's getting into sort of high-level nerdiness to get into that.
Yes.
That version is available on our CD.
That's right.
But let's go to our current live version. It's been a long time since we did this, too.
Yes, indeed.
Let's hope we can remember this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will try to try.
Here we go. Let me tell you how it will be, Taxman. There's one for you, 19 for me, Taxman. 'Cause I'm a taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. Should 5% appear too small, taxman? Be thankful I don't take it all, taxman. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. If you drive a car, I'll tax the street. If you try to sit, I'll tax your seat. If you get too cold, I'll tax the heat. If you take a walk, I'll tax your feet. Taxman. Taxman. 'Cause I'm the taxman. Yeah, I'm the taxman. Don't ask me what I want it for.
Anybody got a little money? Anybody got a little money? Anybody got a little money?
If you don't want to pay some more,
Anybody got a little money? Anybody got a little money? Anybody got a
'cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
Not my advice for those who die. Declare the pennies on your eyes. 'Cause I'm the tax man.
Yeah, I'm the tax man.
And you're working for no one, working for no one, working for no one, working for no one, working for no one.
Anybody got a little money? 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 Anybody got a little money?
And you're working for no one but me. I always feel like a Muppet.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, in fact. Yay!
Some of us are near.
Some of us are far. Yes.
All right. Well, we are getting very close to the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to believe that this is going to be the last one
What?
for a little while.
That's just weird. That's weird. Just as many of you have said that we are part of your COVID schedule, so to speak, you are part of ours as well. And yeah, it's just kind of bizarre that it's over, but not over for good, of course. We'll figure out new and wonderful imaginings and visions of other musical events. And of course, we've got the Sing Festival coming up over here. You can see it running from September 29th through October 4th, and you can find out all the information at singtoronto.com. Amazing a cappella vocal festival that we are proud to say we are the co-artistic directors of. So we hope you will join us for all of that merriment.
And that is 100% online, as are many of the other festivals. So,
Indeed.
again, trying to look at the positives. The negatives, of course, are that we can't perform live for you, as we always have. The positives are this is now an international festival. Anyone around the world can check it out. I'm seeing that Uli and Helga have been watching. They were
Yes.
planning on coming all the way to Toronto to
Yes.
watch the Sing Festival, but now you can watch it at home. And then you'll just have to come back again when we go back to doing it live. All the events will be, I believe, tickets go on sale tomorrow. So check singtoronto.com to get all the information. And the next time you can see us is at Sing.
That's
We are
right.
going to be doing the opening night concert, of course, called FreePlay Live. It's going to be very similar to the way we do a FreePlay Fridays at 4. It's the only live event in the festival. The rest of it will all be, we've got a combination of previous year's events that we're going to be repackaging so people can get a new experience,
Right.
but also some brand new filmed stuff, which in the next couple of weeks we will be filming like mad, trying to get all this stuff done and ready so we have a wonderful festival for you.
Indeed, yes. And I see people pleading over on the YouTube saying, please don't say this is the last time, like forever. And we will say it's not the last time forever. We just have to package it a little bit differently because, you know, sometimes we might not be here for
It may
every
not be
single
Friday, it may not be at 4, or it may not be every Friday at 4. We haven't figured that part out yet. Once we get through the Sing Festival,
Exactly.
and once we get a grip on what the next few months look like, the interesting thing is I kind of imagine that even when we go back to performing live, that every once in a while we'll still want to put on a concert for our international audience because it's so rare that we get to see our friends so often. What we would love for you to do as well is, of course, stay tuned to the socials as you have been. For those of you who are less of a Facebooky, Instagram, Twitter crowd, we would love for you to head to our website. Actually, our regular website, which is just freeplayduo.com, and you'll see a contact sign up place there. Just give it, that's where you can drop your email in and you will end up on our mailing list. We don't mail things out very often. It's not going to be as sort of common as a social media post, but then we can sort of let you know what we're up to. Because we have to say, it's been wonderful, again, looking at the upsides to all this, there's been a wonderful community that we've had the opportunity to help create here. We've been watching every week after the show is over. We go and we read all the comments and we see what people have been saying. We sometimes, of course, read them during the show. We've been watching wonderful things happen. We see a couple people like Uli and Mike who have the same last name. Where are you from? Where's your people from? We've seen friendships blossom, which is really sweet. We've seen people reconnecting. Russell Hartenberg was just saying how nice it is to see Bhavani again.
Oh, how lovely. That's great. And of course, Ray Dillard and Lori have been here as well. And of course, these are master drummers, master musicians who I've had the honor of knowing pretty much all my life, which is really amazing. So again, old friendships, family, friends, all coming together to create this beautiful artistic village. And so we are happy to have housed it literally in our living room and our dining room for the last 20 weeks. And as we said, please do come to the Sing Festival online this year, singtoronto.com, so that you can check out much more a cappella from people from all walks of life, all parts of the world. And of course, we will be back in some fashion. We will repackage it and figure it out.
Our show again on at the Sing Festival will be on Tuesday, September 29th. It's the opening night, 8 p.m. EST. Much like the shows that we've been doing here, they will be archived. So if you buy a ticket to a show, once it's actually been shown at the sort of premiere slot, you still have the opportunity to watch it for a couple of weeks. For those of you who are watching in Europe, you will still be able to see it. Don't worry.
That's right. It won't be 4 a.m, we promise.
And I think with that, it's time to sign off with our final piece.
Yes.
As we said, a lot of friendships being made, a lot of friendships being rekindled, and a lot of people just meeting each other here in this online village that we've been able to create. So we'd like to dedicate this one to all of you, but we also have a special dedication. This is to Alistair Wotherspoon and his wife, who we met in the UK.
Yes.
They are soon going to be celebrating, I believe,
an anniversary.
I think they said 38 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he's over here. I'll find that
So,
out.
Alistair, if you and the family are watching, this one is a special one for you. We're going to mix up some Simon & Garfunkel with some Johann Sebastian Bach for this one. And this one, to sign off, is Old Friends.
Old friends, old friends, sat on a park bench like bookends, a newspaper blowing through the grass falls on the round toes of the high shoes of the old friends. Old friends, winter companions, the old men, lost in their overcoats, waiting for the sunset. Sounds of the city sifting through trees settles like dust on the shoulders of the old friends. Can you imagine us years from today, sharing a park bench quietly? How terribly strange to be 70. Old friends, memory brushes the same years, quietly sharing the same fears. Time it was, and what a time it was, a time of innocence, a time of confidences. Long ago it must be, I have a photograph. Preserve your memories, they're all that's left.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. As we said, you are now family, and we thank you so much for being with us every week, for supporting us, and just for giving us the opportunity to be with you so we can be together even though we're apart. We send you all of our love. You know, we'll get through this together. Be well, be safe, be healthy, find happiness, and we love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.